really pretty side. This is where tourists go, the people on vacation, because you have a lot of nice restaurant, hotel that is all decorated with a lot of trees. Kind of give you a Cuban feel or Florida feel or Miami feel. That's the lighting. It's a big lot of trees up there. So I am on my way back to my Mount Sandy, where I'm still selling my house, and decided to just do half of the way and then I'll just get a moto so I can keep my price. That's the one thing you can do is just get your map. I always get my Google map and then I just start walking. And guys, if you don't know, if you don't have data all the time, you can download any map, Google Map too, and never get lost one day in your life. That's only if your battery is still alive now. Always make sure you get a brick with you, multiple brick I would say, because if you're an outdoor person, you got to spend a lot of time outdoor, and you don't always have access to plugs. And here it's not like in US, you have like tons of library, you can spend hours and then just use the plugs. Libraries here are just for reading, you don't stay there more than 30 minutes. And but mall do have a lot of plugs. Problem is a lot of security. You don't usually get more than an hour before people start noticing you. And also, sometimes phones don't charge that good there. The plugs aren't good. They don't always work. Sometimes it's crowded or you don't even have a plug. So I'm telling you by experience. So don't always rely on public plugs. I would say I always struggle with my one brick. Within 24 hours, if I didn't have more than one brick, I will run out within 6 hours. And then it also depends on your phone. So yeah, if you're going to be a street person, you're going to have to survive long hours outdoor. I would suggest you get a good phone. That's actually the only thing that you should invest in. And that's one thing I didn't invest in. And I should have for the last 5 years living in North, South, Central America. And I never had a good phone. I never had data, I never had a good phone, which is better for experience. I think it's always better. To me, I'm used to struggle and make things more difficult so I can enjoy life better. I didn't use a Uber, a taxi in my life, a GPS in my life until I was 40 years old. So I had a bad sense of orientation, so my entire life was based on losing myself, finding myself back to where I need to go. Communicate, asking questions, looking at map, and that was part of my day-to-day life, and that's also how I met a lot of people, how I got strong relationship with a lot of people from getting lost, believe it or not, all over the country, in France, Europe, in America many years, and highways. I remember driving and taking the wrong exit 3 or 4 times, going around. We spent 40 miles to 50, 100 miles sometimes, completely lost, going in circle, and finding myself in the field, middle of nowhere, exhausted. And if I had drink that day, even worse. Exhausted from the stress and the driving, and then I would be like, damn, I have pee, I can't do it anymore, and my phone will die. And it wasn't the time of age where you could just I never had a really fancy car where you could just charge my phone in the car. I mean, it wasn't like, it was always, I had bumper, used car, just the hard way. But the hard way always rewards you better in a way, because when things are getting better for you or just a little difficult, it's not much for you to deal with. Somebody who doesn't deal with much in their life, they just always struggle. Always have it easy, then a little problem arises, and the end of the world is happening. All right, I'm going to keep walking so you can see a little more here. So Medellin people. So this is a street field of restaurants for vacationers, tourists, and I think tourists is all around. So there's people from Venezuela, people from Peru, people from Argentina, that comes here. So you have Colombia and Guatemala and Mexico. You get all type of people. So it's not always just the European and the American that visit here. They don't come here for a week. and you don't see many of them. So after over 6 months here, I mean, that really seriously have barely met any American. This is the first hostel, maybe the second hostel where I see people from Canada, and last time was from, I believe, Europe. I haven't met American, but I have met French people. I do love how they decorate the bars and the nightclubs here. It always make me want to go. Really cool lighting. So I'm gonna walk down. Oh, I think I remember this place. This is Laureles 70. I did rent in the back of this.
Turn left onto Circular 3.
I rented a place for a night for $20. It was a luxurious room, and I spent one night here. It was a few days before I had to go to Panama. It's really cool. And at least here it's safe. You have guards, you have police, it's safe as long as you don't listen to strangers, follow them. As long as you stay here alone, or somebody you just met, as long as you stay in the public eye and within the lights and cameras, you're fine. And then you should just get Uber or taxi straight back to your place, and you're safe. I would suggest late hours not take an Uber after nightclub, because those guys, you never know who you're going to get. Sometimes Uber's drivers are not always reliable, and they can be dangerous. So I would rather get a taxi if I was taking a ride back at 3 or 4 in the morning, drunk. Yeah, I think that way you can take a picture of their license plate. They're not going to jeopardize their life. So this is a nightclub bar over La Tienda. And then there's another one here. Ajuco, Nico Express. They have like Greek pork sandwich tacos. The bar, a lot of soccer. They love the soccer here. See, but I don't like soccer. I will spend more time watching it. A terrace up there. That is what I will say. If you come here for a week, get yourself on Laureles 70. Go to the Central, take a ride to the Central a few times. Check out the palace and all the museum and all this. And then just stick around this, because it's really the most fun and most clean place. And you do have 2 malls within a kilometer. You guys, Central, which is very fancy, classy mall, 3 stairs, movie theater, arcade, everything you can think of. And then you got Los Molinos Mall, which is like 3-4 kilometers. And then you got Laureles Plaza Mall, and then you got Vista Mall. Yeah, almost had everything. Oh, I see a lot of people here. I see 50, I'm not sure, 50 people on here. Right. I did see a few French owners, but not too many. I have noticed a lot more French owners in Panama. But Panama, to me, wasn't friendly. It was a little bush, little Miami-like mentality. It was very expensive. It's not fun like it would be fun here to go to Panama. Definitely not. You gotta have a lot of money. You're not gonna find a $6 night place, $8, $10 hotel in Panama. You're gonna find $20 minimum, not the best area. Here, you can find a $5, $6 room. You can find a hotel for $7, $8 a night if you look around. And, well, not the best place. And if you want to be the safest place in a hotel, I would say it's about 10, 11. Somebody's from here, they don't mind. And you come after 6 p.m., yes, place where you can have for 7, 8 p.m. $7, $8. I would like the smoothies here. The smoothie. I don't like the pastry as much. I think they're better on cake, kind of like in Mexico. They're way better on cake and yogurt cake here and ice cream cake than they are on pastry. The croissants aren't that great. Only the donuts and maybe the cheese bowl, and the meat cheese bowl is It's the most recent stuff I got here. Oh, the pork meats on the stick, yes. Alright, we'll walk down, go further. I mean, it's Thursday, it looks like a Friday here. And I just gotta get a moto. I've noticed a lot of places you can buy Lacoste t-shirts, of course, fake ones. But some of them you can't tell they're fake. And, they have a big word Lacoste and they look amazing. I mean, I already got myself 2 tennis shoes of Lacoste Mexico for $12. They did break, but I would have never been able to afford it if it wasn't there. And here, you go to Itagüí or Belo, on the street up north and south of Medellin, and you see a lot of people selling Lacoste and Nike, Adidas, all this stuff you can find anywhere. That's everywhere. The Gucci, all the regular brand, Timberland, Caterpillar, you can think of, you can find almost anywhere. But the Lacoste itself, I only saw in Itagüí, and polos for $7. So I'm going back there and get myself a polo or two and maybe a tee. But I have seen t-shirts with a big name in the center, in the center. So for $2.50, $3 you can get new shirts, imitation Adidas, but they do not look like imitation in Central. So I am counting on going back. I got an Adidas jogging pants for myself for $2, and it was new. It wasn't like it was used. And I'm going to get myself 2 more. I don't want to go overboard, so I'm just going to get one Adidas and another one. And then I'll get the Marc Jacob purse, another Prada bag, which apparently $8. Those are $250 for the red one, which I'm probably going to resell for $20, $30. And there's a lot of things that you can get here and you can resell. As long as you don't sell them, then it's the right thing. You can still make a lot of money because even the imitation of those brands are worth something. By example, I'm going to show you my bag. See, this is a Prada. This bag is imitation on eBay or Amazon or anywhere really, markets in US or different. An imitation is between $50 to $50. The red one is about $300-400, maybe more. But a Marc Jacob is like $1,500. So an imitation will be up to $50. So they're selling them. I have seen them. They're selling them here in downtown Central for $13 or $14. Even a French creams that are worth $30 to $40, you can get for $3. So if any of you want one of those bags, the Prada, I will sell for $25, but you gotta pay shipping. I will send you a Prada bag, and I can do 40. For $40, I'll give you a Marc Jacob and pay the shipping, and then I'll ship it to you. Those are the cool things. Those are the thinking. I'm in my 40, and all my life I could never get those expensive brand, and here I am enjoying little things that I could never get, or I will have to save all year long to get the Doc Martens or the expensive ladies jeans or the Timberland jackets. All those things that really used to cost me a lot back then when we used to use the francs in France. I used to have 2 sweaters, Lacoste. They were pullover, like a little black jacket. I love these. I used to wear it every time we go out. We were like a little gangster in my little village in Soirée in France, and everybody were crazy about Lacoste and Ralph Lauren. They are my shoes. I have tennis shoes and I paid $10. I have some black Ralph Lauren shoes. So if you're interested in Ralph Lauren shoes, Lacoste shoes, I pay $15. I sell it to you for $30. You're still saving a lot of money. Just let me know, guys. Alright, I'm gonna turn around. Now let's go down that street. I see a lot of people here tonight. And I gotta head back. I love this moto here. I love how fast the moto Uber picks you up and how cheap they are. And how
Turn
sometimes
left onto Calle
you have
43.
bags and heavy stuff and they don't even mind. They'll just take you all the way. And you're not paying anymore. And if you take a car, Uber, you're going to pay triple. So I love having that option in this country, which I didn't have in Mexico and El Salvador. They didn't have the motor, so I had to always pay. I always had to pay extra. Oh no, what am I saying? Mexico did have it. El Salvador didn't, and Guatemala did have the motor too. Panama didn't have it. So Panama and Colombia do not,
Turn left onto
Panama
Calle
and
44,
El Salvador
Avenida
do
San
not
Juan.
have a motor either. But when I went to Punta Cana in Dominican Republic, they were crazy about scooters. They're not on Uber, they're everywhere, they're really cheap. I don't remember if they had it, I think they did. But I didn't know back then, so I was always using the cars. The business ride in scooter in Dominican Republic is insane. It's huge. So here's like a club, Saint Juan, Saint Choconacho, liquor restaurant, very cool. Always using the balloon like you do in Mexico. Now you know where the Don Medellin come from, that bottle of rum. It's from here. There's a good. And up the lights up there are the little mountain. And that's where the botanical garden is, or the museum, all the attractive parks, and where my house is. Okay, I'm going to mention where I see Extrema, Sally. Oh, it's so small, I can't see. How are you doing, everybody? If I'm not ignoring you, I see you. It means that I'm holding the phone, and it's loud. But you do have to be on your feet sharply here when you cross, or you'll get injured very fast. So that's why I say when you plan to be drunk, either do it at home or just make sure that you're very close to your place, or you get taxi all around. I always suggest not to get too drunk, because that's when you're gonna start getting people trying to rip you off, and the trouble will come. Those sports shorts, I don't buy them. I'm not a football, like I said, but those are only $5 instead of 50. Those jerseys are like $50 in US. Here you can pay $3 to $10 and have a new one. This is like Florida trees. There's a big club that's very popular here, Classic Florida. I came here one time. But it's better to come after 10:30 p.m. It's very nice. Oh, you can rent bicycle and you can rent scooter here. By the problem is by the hour it's very expensive. So that's why local just do the months, and by the months is not that much. But you gotta have the app working all the time. They don't always have them available, so they don't have them in every corner. But if you like to use a scooter around town, this is where you just pay to sit down and drink, and you go around. I have seen it. This is a cheese ball. These are a quarter. It's just a puff ball of air with cheese in there. It's not very good. A lot of sweet cakes. The meat, the steak here, when they sell it on the stick, is really good. Excellent. Those I only paid. I have 2 of those, and I only paid like $2 for those cute little teddy bear. As I mentioned before, we donated over $30,000 of collectible plushies all over the world to the company. And we didn't keep much for ourselves, so if you have some and you want to donate, so we can send them back to Tanzania. And the people that we donate to, look up the company because they are 16, and you can ship the box. It doesn't have to be new, just not too dirty, and ship the bags to the address on the company, or just ask me. And so we can give more to more kids, to more hospital. A lot of time we cover hospital for little kids or cancer patients for the family, and that's where we give all the plushies most of the place. And in Bulgaria and Punta Cana and in Albania, that's where I gave the most, and also in Salvation Army and Laureles. We gave about 500 to 1,000 of them, even in libraries in USA. Alright, so really made it here. This is where you can buy a frozen alcohol mix-up drink, really good. I never actually got one, but it's very sweet. So if you don't mind the really cold parts and sweet, I think they are about $4. I'm gonna go and I gotta see how much my ride's gonna be. It's probably gonna be a lot now, so. Oh, definitely having a game tonight. Everybody's wearing soccer t-shirts. Yep. Alright. Thanks, go. Bye everyone. Ciao.